What? I'm going to grow up, I'm going to be 40 years old, and no wonder people are walking around like this. I can't touch anything, shit. I can't reach. Heaven forbid if anybody tells anybody who you are. Attention. First thing you got to do is get attention. The Kardashians are great at this.
When I was 19, I came up with this saying: don't be afraid to close your eyes and dream, but then open your eyes and see. After you have your dream and you have your vision, you have to open your eyes and see and deal with the reality of what it's going to take for you to achieve that dream. And now the real work begins.
Number one on today's quick reminder is to deep breathe. So when you are walking through your day on the street, in the gym, or usually in social situations when there's another person present, I'm doing it right now. Can you guess what it is? You'll find that you constrict your abs, you tense them, you keep them very, very tense, and you walk through the world with shallow breathing.
After after procrastinating, and I was just drinking every weekend, wasting my life away, like I had this trip, and all of it just I was very hyper aware of everything that I was doing, and I started panicking that I was wasting my life away and I was wasting my time away. And I couldn't stand another moment when I would waste any time, because time is the only currency that you can't get back. You can always make more money. That's never really worried me. It's never been a concern. I could always make more money. You can't ever make time. And that, realizing that I'm never gonna get that back and that my youth is fleeting, that made me panic, and I just stopped wasting it from that moment on. It was just like something switched in my head, like, this comfort zone is the biggest trap in the world. You know, how does someone who's not thinking that way, how do they start thinking that way?
So I think the confidence really comes from standing on your own 2 feet first. I think that's where a lot of people go wrong, is like, as a man, as early as possible, you have to prove to yourself that you can support yourself and make a living and feed yourself and fend for yourself in the wild without relying on your parents. And in the modern culture, bro.
Talking to Mr. Beast's team, and I'm like, why is Jimmy so good at what he does? And they were like, it's really one thing. He moves so fast, it's uncomfortable. Everything is now. And because of that, he gets so many shots on goal that he may actually fail more than anybody else, but he just has more time to execute on it. So
the main goal of these videos, okay, the main goal of these podcasts specifically, is to show you don't have to be a fucking loser. And when I say that, here's what I mean. You don't need to wake up every day and go to a job that you fucking hate. You don't need to wake up every day and have a horrible social life. You don't need to look at other people going to cool parties and be like, oh, why can't I go to that? Your life can be normal. And what I mean by normal is you have a lot of cash, you have an amazing social life, you go to great parties, you go into the outdoors, you have a lot of money saved up so that you could have fucking children, and you could go on adventures, and on some level, you're spiritually tapped in. That's normal, okay? That's what I'm trying to relate.
Why do you think the recidivism is high? It's high because motherfuckers always rebound to their baseline. Change has to come within. That's why it's incredibly important not to judge other people where they're at. It's very easy to look at another motherfucker and say, you're fucking fat and disgusting. But a lot of us are not fat and disgusting, but we're obese. We're the 400-pound obese guy in other areas of our life. And we need to take honest appraisal of that and be extremely fucking cautious about the way we're fucking pointing the finger at others, because we all have fucking work to do. And honestly, everybody's fucked up. So I think that when we go through those dark periods where we're just so beat up and exhausted and we can't even fathom about dragging our body into the office or into work or into the gym, I think it's really important that we keep showing up, because the body does adapt. And if you can make progress while you're in a totally fatigued state, then I look at that guy and I'm like, I know that guy's going somewhere. But most people quit, and most people have zero clue what the body is truly capable of when you push it.
Business is war. There are winners and there are losers. I like managers that get up in the morning, want to pour boiling oil on their competitors, salt the land their offices are on, and steal their market share without breaking the law. That is what made this country great. That's what keeps people competitive and brings the very best forward.